This episode of Financewize is sponsored by Sanlam Namibia Holdings. Hello, and thanks for tuning in to Financewize, the show that empowers you to make informed decisions about your money. I'm Dantakastumi Malani, and in today's episode, we'll be looking at disability cover, functional impairment cover, as well as physical impairment cover. An injury or illness could physically limit your capabilities at work, or worse still, stop you from working altogether. For example, you partially lose your hearing, develop a serious heart or lung disease, or become paralyzed to the point that you can't work anymore. In this episode, we'll look at how disability cover, functional impairment cover, as well as physical impairment cover can benefit you. But before we go further into this topic, let's see what ordinary Namibians have to say about disability and impairment cover.
What would you do if you became disabled and unable to work and still earn an income?
What would I do? I think one of the things I would do, I hope I'll be able to motivate people that you can do something even with disability. Because I am a motivational speaker, I'm a pastor. That's what I believe in, that you can achieve things without, even with limitations, we can overcome our limitations. But more so, I think I need to learn the practicalities of living with a disability. That will be the challenges that one has to face, is facing that disability, whatever it might be, and then making your life count with that.
Okay, what I will do is I will try to relax at home and save my money for future.
Well, I would invest my money, study, send my child to school to have a better future than I, but at the same time give back to the community.
Well, if I were to become disabled, I really hope that I would have, prepared, because, preparation is better than afterwards. So I hope that I would have some sort of money available to just assist me while I try and find a job that would be able to accommodate my disability.
I have got a disability fund, and I will stay at home if something happens to me. I've got my own house. Thank you.
One could try, maybe you can do something with your hands. Maybe you are disabled maybe on the leg. You can write. I will try to do something.
I would open my own business, preferable maybe a boutique or something, and operate it from home or from somewhere in town.
Have you ever heard about disability cover?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
What is it?
If you are talking specifically about the Sanlam disability cover, I think it's an insurance that enables you to get an income should anything happen to you that disables you or that puts you in a situation where you cannot where you are not able to function as you did before.
Have you ever heard of disability cover?
Not really, I haven't.
I have heard of disability cover, but I would like to hear a little bit more.
Have you ever heard about disability cover?
No.
Not yet.
No?
I heard about it.
What is it?
Disability cover is the money. If you have a cover and you become disabled, you cannot afford to work, then you get income from insurance company. So it's a guarantee for you to survive if you have that cover.
Thank you, sir.
There are things that we don't want to think about, let alone discuss, such as the unfortunate event of one becoming disabled. Disability is a risk that is more uncertain than the other risks discussed in previous episodes. When or if we lose that leg that makes us a professional football player, that eye that makes us a good astrologist, the brain that makes us think like Einstein, or the hands that make us do our work. In most cases, when you become disabled, whether through illness or an accident, making us medically unable to continue working, we stand a chance of losing our ability to generate an income. The important question that one needs to ask, therefore, is, should I lose the use of my hands or legs, or become blind or deaf, or suffer from a chronic illness, forcing me to stop working? Who will take care of my family financially and pay the bills? It is true that we cannot prevent these risks from taking place by taking out a disability policy. However, taking out a disability policy against this risk is a step forward in planning for it and easing the financial predicament that could result in case it occurred. By obtaining sufficient disability cover, you ensure that you will have enough money if this should happen to you. In the next training clip, we explain disability and impairment cover in more detail. The main reason to take up disability cover is to have peace of mind. Just like life cover, disability cover falls under the category of risk cover and also works in a similar way. When you take out a disability policy, you enter into an agreement with the insurance company to provide you with a certain amount of money should you become disabled in return for your monthly premium. This disability cover ensures you have money available when you are unable to generate an income because of your disablement. Disability cover can be taken out on its own or as a rider benefit on a life insurance policy. When taking out disability cover, consider and provide for the following expenses. You should make sure your basic life expenses can still be covered, for example, your car payments and your children's school fees. Medical expenses. If you become disabled, you may very well need some form of treatment or therapy, for example, special nursing care. This will definitely affect your budget. If you were to end up in a wheelchair, you may need to adapt your home and your car to improve mobility. Functional impairment cover, on the other hand, is a form of risk insurance against an injury or illness that may leave you with certain physical limitations compared to that of a healthy person. It insures against the loss of income due to a loss or impairment of function and not against inability to continue working. Physical impairment cover is also a form of risk assurance. It is, however, different from functional impairment cover in that it is less comprehensive as it covers only the limbs, eyesight, and hearing. An injury or illness could physically limit your capabilities compared to what a healthy person should be able to do. While this may affect your ability to continue working, it does not necessarily have to disrupt your working life. For example, you may partially lose your hearing or develop a serious heart or lung disease. You may still be able to perform your duties, but with more difficulty. With any other disability cover, this will count against you, as you will still be able to perform your duties. Let's take an example of a pianist. Due to an accident, he may lose 3 fingers. He is still able to play the piano, but with difficulty. He may not necessarily be medically disabled, but his functions are impaired. In this case, he might not qualify for disability cover, but he definitely qualifies for functional impairment and physical impairment. When you make a claim against your functional impairment cover, your ability to carry on your current or similar job will not count against you, since you are insured against the loss or impairment of the function and not just your inability to continue generating an income. We spoke to an executive team member at Sanlam Namibia Holdings to better understand disability and impairment cover.
My name is Wessel Kotze. I'm the Training and Distribution Support Manager at Sanlam Namibia Holdings. My main task in the company is to support intermediaries with product and sales information to serve their clients at best. At least everybody who is working and earns an income should take disability cover. When you become disabled, usually you also lose your income, and that will put a huge financial burden on your family. Your dependents, such as your spouse and your children, will still be there after you have become disabled. And therefore, it's important to make sure that you have some kind of cover to support your family, because there will still be some expenses that we have to take care of. And for that, I think it's important to make sure that each and everybody out there should have disability cover. And for that, Sanlam has the right products, been called Sun Future for Disability. Sanlam Namibia has innovative and comprehensive products that cover you from the risk of being disabled. It is one of the new generation products that form part of the Sun Future range, where you may take up disability to form the basic policy, or you may include additional benefits such as life cover, accident cover and dread disease cover. It allows you to decide how much disability cover is necessary to support yourself, your loved ones financially in the event when you become disabled. If your circumstances change, you can even adjust your cover amount with certain limits. If taken in addition to the life cover, you can arrange and ensure that the cover grows with your life cover. But I think for each and everyone out there, it's very, very important to make sure that you do have some kind of disability cover. And the nice thing about all, at the end of the day, before the cover ceases, the policy will pay a lump sum and you will be covered to cover all your expenses when you are disabled.
Isn't it reassuring to know that as you're thinking,
this is it, the love of my life.
We're thinking life cover. When you're thinking,
maybe he'll be a doctor.
We're thinking provision for education. That while you're thinking,
I'm doing all the work.
Or perhaps,
I'm doing all the work.
We're thinking retirement planning. And as you're thinking,
yes, all right.
We're thinking investments. Because the last thing on your mind is the first thing on ours. Sanlam, thinking ahead.
Sanlam Namibia Holdings is offering one lucky viewer an awesome prize, a BlackBerry Curve cell phone. All you have to do is answer the following question. Which product did we discuss in tonight's episode? Is it A, savings, B, disability and impairment cover, or C, retirement planning? SMS FW followed by your answer A, B or C, your name and your town to 62221. That is 62221. Do not miss the opportunity to win yourself a BlackBerry Curve cell phone. The winner will be announced during the next Sanlam edition of Financewize. For our CareerWise episode, we spoke to professionals at Sanlam Namibia Holdings for more insight into the work they do.
My name is Suzanne Hauk. I'm the financial accountant of Sanlam Namibia. A financial accountant is part of the backbone of a company, assisting the financial manager and the general manager of finance and operations. They are responsible for preparing reports for the board of directors of Sanlam Namibia and ultimately for the shareholders and stakeholders. These reports, the information in these reports are used to make sound economic decisions. My main duties is doing general ledger reconciliations, reporting to our regulators such as NAMFISA and the Ministry of Finance, assisting with the budgeting process of Sanlam Namibia Holdings, assisting with the internal and external auditors, and preparing financial statements. The qualification that a financial accountant needs to have is a degree in finance or accounting, and audit articles with experience in the accounting environment would be preferable, but at least a degree. Special qualities and traits will equip a financial accountant in order to do their work efficiently and effectively. A financial accountant must be analytical thinking, problem solving, pay attention to detail. A financial accountant must also be able to work independently and be very accurate.
Now that we have explored disability and impairment cover in detail, we look at this important service offered by Sanlam Namibia to its clients in practice. After all, at the end of the day, what matters is the service offered to clients.
I think I'm going to go to Peter and go and borrow a DVD. I have nothing to do tonight anyway, so I'll see you later. Where are my keys?
Pass the ball.
Hello, anybody home?
I'm coming.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi, Emily.
How are you?
Good, how are you? Is Peter home?
Yeah, he's in the middle of watching soccer.
Okay, thanks.
Great.
Hey, how are you doing, man?
I'm good, man. What's up?
Good. I see your team is still losing.
This team is useless, man. Always keep on losing. I don't know what to do anymore. Maybe I should just go to another team.
Hey, where have you been yesterday? We've been looking for you.
Yeah, man. We went to Rehoboth. Went to go visit Kevin. You know, Emily's brother.
How can I forget? How is he doing?
Yeah. That guy was injured in a road accident in Marienthal.
Did he manage to get back to work already?
Yeah, you know, it's a sad story, man. Kevin never recovered his legs. He became paralyzed from the waist down, and as a result to that, he could never go back to work.
That's really bad because he had such a good job that was paying him really good.
Yeah, it's really bad. But fortunately, we don't have to help him financially or give him any financial support because he had disability cover.
Disability what? Does that mean that he will regain the use of his legs again?
Man, don't make me laugh, man. Disability cover is a form of risk insurance that provides a person who becomes disabled with an income to cover living expenses, medical expenses that continues in spite of the disability, resulting in you losing your job or your income.
Oh, I see. Gavin got himself a policy before his accident.
Yeah, man, it's a really smart choice, you know. Imagine what it would have been like considering his wife is not working. And the burden would have been all on us. And we already have our own money problems. We also decided to get disability cover after Gavin's accident. You know, you should actually start talking to your wife about these things. You never know what could happen.
Don't talk about such things. It brings bad luck. But it's fine. We can talk about it, my friend.
You know, in addition to disability cover, there's also functional and physical impairment cover.
Really, what do those ones do, and how are they different from disability cover?
Functional impairment cover is a form of risk against injuries or illnesses that may leave you with certain bodily or physical limitations. With disability cover, you need to be medically unable to continue working to make a claim. Whereas with impairment cover, you can make a claim even though you are still able to work. In addition, unemployed people do not qualify for disability cover, but they can make impairment cover.
Really, what do those ones do, and how are they different from disability cover?
Functional impairment cover is a form of risk insurance against injuries or illness that may leave you with a certain bodily or physical limitation. With disability cover, you need to be medically unable to continue working to make a claim. Whereas with impairment cover, you can make a claim even though you're still busy working. In addition, unemployed people do not qualify for disability cover, but they can always take out impairment cover. Functional impairment cover takes care of all body functions, your limbs, your eyesight, your hearing, your internal organs basically, everything. On the other hand, physical impairment cover does the same thing, but it's less comprehensive. Physical impairment only covers your limbs, eyesight, and hearing.
Wow, that's good information.
Yeah.
I'll have to speak to my wife about it for sure. Okay, my friend, I have to go.
All right. See you, man. Don't be a stranger, man.
Will do.
Always come and visit.
Sanlam Namibia Holdings is offering one lucky viewer an awesome prize, a BlackBerry Curve cell phone. All you have to do is answer the following question. Which product did we discuss in tonight's episode? Is it A, savings, B, disability and impairment cover, or C, retirement planning? SMS FW followed by your answer, A, B, or C, your name and your town to 62221. That is 62221. Do not miss the opportunity to win yourself a BlackBerry Curve cell phone. The winner will be announced during the next Sanlam edition of Financewize. None of us know what the future holds and how our ability to work and generate income will be affected. Fortunately, when you can't work, disability cover goes to work for you. And in those situations where you become injured or ill, but can still perform your work or another type of work, but not at the same level as you did before your illness or injury, functional and physical impairment cover can also go to work for you. Please remember that the points made on this program are not meant to give you personal advice. There is no one-size-fits-all approach to disability and impairment cover. The point of this program is to give you a more tangible look at how a business person or individual might implement the ideas discussed. There are many other alternatives out there, and we strongly encourage you to explore them all and see what works best for you. Whatever you do, keep the principles we've discussed in mind and never stop trying to learn more. This is Dantakoshimi Milani, encouraging you to get finance-wise. See you next time. This episode of Financewize was brought to you by Sanlam Namibia Holdings.